All right. Hey, everybody. My Scribian here. Another great episode that I prepared for everyone. Today, I came up with this idea of talking in this episode because I was reading an article and the topic, let me make sure I'm reading it correctly, was going like this: the most dangerous person in your life, it's you. And I was thinking about it. It has so much truth in this sentence. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Thank you, everybody, for following my YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Click the subscribe and share in your pages, especially if you get value out of the content that I prepare for you guys. So why this catched my attention? Let me read it again. The most dangerous person in your life is you. What a powerful statement. And the reason that caught it my attention is because a lot of people that I work with, and it happened literally like yesterday. I was with the client explaining my client about the services what I offer to people, and he was keep saying, I came this country a few years ago, and he keeps saying that this country is getting worse and worse and worse. And I was just listening. I was not judging him. And I told him this one question. I'm like, okay, so how long you been here? He said, I think around 3 years. I'm like, okay, where you came from? Mention the country name. I'm like, did you like it there? No, it was bad over there too. And then I'm like, where do you live before that? Another country. I'm like, how do you like there? Well, from that country, I came to the second country because that was going bad too. And then I didn't want to judge him, but I gave him my way of thinking, how I live my life. I tried to make him understand that 90+% of things that happens to you as a result that you create in your life is because of you, not the things or the circumstances outside of you. Of course, he agreed partially, but I tried to say it in a way that it doesn't hurt his feelings. And when I came home and I was reading this article, the most dangerous person in your life is you. I'm like, that is so true. Again and again, I'm getting convinced that anything you want in your life, you need to eventually understand that you are the most dangerous person in your life, in a good way and in a bad way. Let me explain. In a bad way, we as humans, majority of us, we know what we're supposed to do in our life. We know what we need to fix in our life. We know what areas we are strong, what areas we are weak, what areas that we need to improve. How come we don't do it? That's when we become the most dangerous people or person in our life. It's us, is because knowing it and not doing it, it makes the situation very dangerous. Why? Because if you know you got to take care of something in your life, but you don't, what ends up happening? That mess or that problem only going to get worse and bigger, and it's going to get harder to solve in the future. That's how you become the most dangerous person in your life. Imagine you're at your 30s, 40s, or 50s, and you keep taking casual about your health, right? You don't take care of your health. At least you don't do the basics. Basics such as, walking in the mornings, running, pay attention to certain degree what you eating, what time you eating, how do you eating, right? Those are the basics. And imagine you all your life you ignore it. What's gonna happen? That's gonna create a danger in your health. And eventually you're gonna come to a situation or to a problem what it's gonna be very hard to fix in many cases, being in an insurance business for many years. When I help people to get insurance policies, one of the requirements that insurance companies do, they check your health, they check your background, they check your history to make sure you're healthy before they issue a policy, before they give you approval. So I come across to a lot of people, when I look at their lifestyle, 30s, 40s, they already have a heart attack. They have high blood pressure. They have a lot of other health issues. I'm like, you only 35 years old and you already have these issues? Why that happened to this individual? Because he didn't do what he's supposed to do. Knowing the things that he knows that he's supposed to do, he created danger in his life and he became the most dangerous person in his life against him. In other words, you need to understand life responsibilities mainly has everything to do with your steps. Because not the country is the problem, not the circumstance is the problem. The problem is most people don't want to go out of their comfort zone and create something great with their life, especially in today's age where technology is so strong. Anything you want to find out in your life, guess what? Take your phone, put it in Google, put it in ChatGPT, you'll have an answer. If we go back 30, 40 years, anything we wanted it to know, most of the time, we couldn't because information was not available handy, right? But now everything is there. The question is, are you willing to learn and apply and change your life to be the most dangerous person in your life, but in a good way? What is the good way? You know how dangerous you can become once you say, you know what, enough is enough. I want to make some changes, and you really do it. Imagine the knowledge you have. You start improving yourself. You start reading every book every day, improving your knowledge, reading a book, studying, implementing in your life. Start fixing your health issues if you have any. Start focusing on your relationships. Start focusing on your finances. Start building a future for you, for your family. You become very dangerous, but this time, dangerous in a good way. Because there's nothing powerful I learned in my life when you come to a conclusion and you have a made up mind about doing what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. You become very dangerous. That's scary in a good way. Because I met people in my life where they made a decision, and I've seen these people go from 2, 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, from here to here. I see everything around their life starts changing because they start understanding that you are responsible for your life. So here's my challenge to everyone. We are finishing the half year of 2025. If you had a goal in 2025, go back and say, you know what was my goal this year and how I'm doing? Am I catching up? Am I behind? And just make a decision that I want to be the most dangerous person in my life in a good way, because I'm making a made up mind and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, not quit, not give up. Whatever it takes, I'm going to figure out how. If you don't know something, there are so many people out there willing to give you advice and wisdom. One of them, it's me. You need help, message me, ask me a question. I'll give you my point of view about your situation or your decisions or maybe the troubles or, things that you're going through. I'll give you my point of view. Maybe that will help you. But the bottom line is this. You need to make a decision that you want to be the most dangerous person in your life, but in a good way, and change your life because it's possible. It is possible. So, hope this short podcast will wake some of you and understand. Let me read this sentence one more time. The most dangerous person in your life is you. Become dangerous, but in a good way, by making a decision, because people make decisions every day. But I want you to go one more step. Make a decision and keep that decision and watch what happens to your life. Everything in your life will change once you make that decision. Write down what you want and you just find a way to get it. And let me tell you, once you go into this mindset and you develop these new skills, it becomes part of your life. There is a saying that T.R. Baker, the book that's called Millionaire's Mind, who wrote the book, says how you do anything is how you do everything. Once you develop these new skills, you're going to apply every area of your life and you're going to see big changes. And it's not the country you live in that your dreams don't become true. It's not the place you work or the things you do. First, you need to fix your thinking, because everything comes from thinking, right? The way you think produces the results in your life. So, I challenge you to look at your life and make a new hobby of looking at yourself in a mirror every day and say you can do it, and make some changes and change your life. And imagine, this is especially probably for guys, but for anyone. Imagine somebody give you a nice car, but they say, the rule is I'm giving you this car as a gift, but this is the only car you're going to have in your lifetime. Now, how would you take care of that car? You would do anything to take care of the car. Maybe put the best gasoline, right? Wash it 2-3 times a week. Park in a garage. The days you're not driving, really pay attention. Be careful. Do all the maintenance on time. Why? Because that's the only car you're going to have. Well, same thing about your life and your body. You have one body. You have one life. Do your best to maintain it. Take care of it. Don't take it casually because you only have one. If you do that, guess what happens? Your life will change. I promise you that. It happened to me. I was many times in my life where I was casual and I saw the results is going downhill. But the moment I made a decision that I'm going to make some adjustments and some changes, guess what happened to my life? Things starts changing and improving and getting better. And if you're willing to stay in that mindset and be consistently improving your life, you'll only go better places, emotionally, mentally, financially, with your circle, your mindset. And once you experience a higher lifestyle, higher class of thinking, you won't go back. Okay? My Scribian. Share the video. See you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.